Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Urvasshi and today in this video I'm going to be talking about the nakshatra of Chitra. I've already made one video on the nakshatra of Chitra and I suggest if you're watching this video that you go back and first watch the other video because I've given the basics of Chitra in that video. But I will be recollecting a little bit and talking a little bit also. So for those who haven't watched that video and have come straight to this video, just to give you an idea of what this nakshatra is like. Before I go down to the 4 padas, the 4 divisions of this nakshatra, as well as the careers related to this nakshatra, favorable and unfavorable activities when moon transits this nakshatra. That is all that I intend to cover in this video. But before I do that, I will recollect a little bit and give you a basic idea of what this nakshatra is like. What are nakshatras? First, let me just touch on what is a nakshatra. Nakshatras are lunar mansions. The moon transits one nakshatra every day. The moon takes a little over 2 days to cover one zodiac, and there is a little over 2 nakshatras in one zodiac sign. The zodiac consists of 12 signs and it consists of 27 nakshatras. The 27 nakshatras are mapped into the zodiac. So the signs are further divided into nakshatras, and the moon every day goes through one nakshatra. So that is what I meant by favorable, unfavorable activities. What kind of activities should be done when moon transits any particular nakshatra is decided by the quality of the energy of that nakshatra. So let me rewind a little bit about Chitra. What is Chitra? Chitra spans from 26 degrees 20 minutes of Virgo, continues to 6 degrees 40 minutes of Libra. So both these zodiac signs are ruled by 2 Rajas planets, Mercury as well as Venus, and both these are very fertile houses of harvesting, business, marketplace. And here we have a nakshatra of Mars. Mars is the planet that is giving energy to this nakshatra, and the motivation of this nakshatra is a very materialistic motivation, though it does have a spiritual side also to itself. You can go back to the first video and you'll get an idea of what I'm trying to say here. But the basic motivation is materialistic, the gun is tamasic, and so these people are very growth oriented. They have great capabilities, great abilities, but the biggest ability that they have, there are 2 beautiful abilities that can be seen in this nakshatra. One is the ability to create, because the deity of this nakshatra is Twastar. Vishwakarma and Twastar are interrelated, in some ancient texts. So Vishwakarma means the doer of all action. So here every kind of creation. Twastar is also known as the divine architect. So any and every kind of creativity, creation that you can see in this world is done by Vishwakarma. So these people have this great ability to create. The other ability that these people have is to beautify, to create something, to look the way it really is not, to create an illusion, to create a maya. So you can really see this quality of Rahu. Rahu has this ability to create an illusion or a maya. You can see that ability in this nakshatra. They are able to style their images, to create their images in a very attractive manner. They can come across as very attractive people. They are also physically very attractive people with very beautiful eyes, very nice build, almost hairless. Sometimes the skin is almost hairless, and very attractive, very charming. I discussed a few celebrities in the previous video. So these people can be great creators. These people can be great artists. These people have the talent, the ability to fight off all negativity in their own personality. That is the spiritual side of this nakshatra, to be able to evolve spiritually. And they have the ability to create opportunity for themselves. That is why the star is also called the star of opportunity. So with their talents, with their charismatic personality, with the elegance and the beauty and the charm they are naturally gifted with, and that maya and that illusion that they can create opportunity for themselves. That is the strength of this nakshatra, to be able to attract people to themselves. And we talked about one of the biggest examples, I feel, in this case is John F. Kennedy, who has everything that a Chitra nakshatra person would: intelligence, charm, style, his image, his creative abilities, his straightforwardness. So these are all some of the basic qualities of this nakshatra. There are of course negative aspects also, negative sides also to this nakshatra. They can be too image conscious, they can be a little superficial, too much into how they look, too vain about the image, too indulgent. Maybe they could be spending a lot of overspending can be seen, too brand conscious, and just focused on the exterior side of things. And so that is one of the negative sides. They can be too direct, too straightforward in their speech, and so they can also be hurtful and may regret later on, but by that time the deed is done. They can be arrogant, smug, self-absorbed, not even considering the other, too much into themselves, too much self-obsessed. These are some of the negative sides of this nakshatra. But the positive side is they can be great communicators, great planners, great builders, great creators, great, to be able to create beauty where there is none, to be able to create something really, really beautiful. Could be a painting, could be a book, could be, just their speech. So if this nakshatra falls in the second house, and if it is well, posited, if there is no malefic influence here, then the person can be a great orator, great speaker. If your seventh lord is in Chitra, then your spouse could have all these qualities. They could be very, very conscious of their own looks. They could be very image conscious. They could be very conscious about the way they project themselves. They could be great. They could be big time spendthrifts. So it depends on the kind of planets you have here. So like if Venus is debilitated, let's suppose Venus is in Chitra, in Virgo, naturally Venus is going to be debilitated. So this person in relationships is always looking for pomp and show. They are very conscious of their partner's financial condition, and so for them relationships and image go hand in hand. So these are the things. That is how you can connect nakshatras to a person's personality. If the ascendant lord is posited, if the moon is posited here, if the Atmakarak planet is posited here, then these would be the qualities. And if other planets like the 7th lord, the 10th lord posited here could show that you may be using a lot of creativity in your work, that creative excellence, creative skills would help you excel in life. So that is how you can use these nakshatras in astrological predictions. The first pada is from 23 degrees 20 minutes to 26 degrees 40 minutes. So if you have a planet between these degrees in the zodiac sign of Virgo, in the Rashi chart or the D1 chart, then that same planet, if you look for that planet in the Navam's chart, you will see that planet is in the zodiac sign of Leo. So now that particular planet has the energy of Mars because it is in the nakshatra of Mars, of Mercury because it is in the house of Mercury, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and of the Sun because in the Navam's chart that planet is in Leo. So here name, status, fame, popularity, image, these are the key motivators for this person. This person is now extremely image conscious. What pushes them to act in a certain way is to have people admire them, to have people look up to them in order to create an image of a kind. They will have great artistic and creative talents because the sign of Leo is also a very, very creative sign. It is the natural 5th house of the zodiac, but the need for them is to be admired and recognized and impress others. So now if you have a planet between 26 degree 40 minutes of Virgo to 30 degrees of Virgo, that planet is ruled by the nakshatra of Chitra. So Mars is influencing that planet. Mercury is influencing that planet because it is in Virgo. In the Navamsh too, that planet will be in Virgo. So again, Mercury is influencing that planet. So now this planet is going to be a Virgotama planet. The impact of Mercury is double here. Mars, Mercury, Mercury. That is the effect on this planet. This is a Virgotama planet, but if Venus is in this pada, then it will not be considered very good because it is a debilitated Venus. So debilitated Virgotama does not make it any way better. It remains debilitated. So like I just told you, the effect of Venus in the second pada, in the debilitated part of Chitra, that effect will be magnified. But if you have any other planet here, let's suppose your moon is in this particular degree or the ascendant is in this particular degree, this person is going to get very analytical, very detail oriented, very, very calculative, very critical, because Virgo is a very, very critical sign. It's a sign of perfection. So now this planet is in Virgo in Navamsh and Virgo in Rashi. So very analytical, wants perfection, very hard working. This person is going to be difficult for you to handle, and very conscious of time. The time management is very good. The ability to plan and organize and go into detail and perfect things. Have a perfect routine without any wasting time. Be great in accounts. Be great in going into the detail of anything. Be great in creating something. Be very analytical and critical. If you're working with them, it's not going to be easy because they would want to go towards that perfect level. So that is the motivation and that is the energy of this particular pada. There is a lot of duality because in D1 it's in a dual sign, in D9 the planet is in a dual sign. So little bit of confusion and slowness in decision making can also be seen in the second pada. Talking about the third pada, from 0 degrees Libra to 3 degrees 20 minutes Libra. So if you have a planet in the third pada, then the planet has the energy of Mars because it is in the nakshatra of Mars. The planet has the energy of Venus because it is in the sign of Libra, and the planet in the Navamsh will again be in Libra. So again, this is a Virgotama pada, and here this planet in the sign of Libra, the first 3 degrees 20 minutes is going to be totally relationship oriented. The focus of their life is to have harmony and balance in relationship. They are going to be great at negotiating and making relationships with other people. They are going to be great in their image, how to style themselves, how to project the image. That is going to be their best skill. Creativity with show. Creativity and the show part of creativity. Perfecting things, things should be looking good. Even if somebody, some people are good at cooking, but they just don't know how to make it look very good. And some people may be average at in their cooking skills, but they just know how to decorate that plate, how to put in some greens, how to put in some add-ons and make the dish look very, very tempting, even though it may be average to taste. So that is the art that this third pada has. They know how to make something look very beautiful. It's all about show. It's all about looking beautiful, and it's all about bringing harmony and balance, negotiating and harmonizing and creating contacts and relationship building. That is the strength of this third pada. Relationship and business are going to be the two key themes in the third pada because the 7th house is the house of business as well as relationships. So love, romance, love marriages are extremely important in this third pada. The planet is going to be the same at the conscious as well as the subconscious level. Now I'm going to be talking about the fourth pada. The fourth pada from 3 degrees 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes in Libra. If you have a planet between these degrees, it is impacted by Mars because of Chitra, Mercury because of Virgo, but in the Navamsh it goes into the sign of Scorpio. So again Mars. Now this is double the Mars effect in the zodiac sign of Venus, but in the Navamsh of Mars. So there is a lot of passion, there is a lot of determination, this is a very strong energy, very, very strong, determined energy, almost like a stubbornness. So if you have your career planet here, your 10th lord here, or even your Atma Karak, because the Atma Karak is a strong significator also. It can be a career planet for you. So then this person is going to be very, very stubborn about their career, about their aims, about their objectives, about what they have in their mind that they want to achieve. So lots of deep Scorpion energy will be there. The motive inside could be very emotional motives behind whatever they want to do. Any art also, if they are an artist, so what inspires them is deep, dark emotions maybe. If they are writing poetry, the poetry could be about strong emotions, very deep emotions. So the 8th house effect, the effect of Scorpio, the stubborn emotional side is going to be very prominent in this nakshatra. So a stubbornness will be there, a determination will be there, a lot of strength can be seen, because this is double the Mars effect. Lot of strength. These people are extremely strong, very, very passionate, and go-getters. That kind of an attitude this 4th pada has. This is a very, very strong pada. So the 4 padas, the first pada, which was in Leo, Navamsh, was all about status, fame, being recognized. The second pada, that was in Virgo, was all about analysis, going into detail, being perfect in the job. The third pada, which was in Libra, was all about harmony and balance, relationships, love, romance, and business. The 4th pada are more about the deep psychological hidden things. Those will be the motivators in life, and the determination will be very, very strong. So now let's talk about moon's transit through this nakshatra. Let's see what the favorable activities are when moon transits Chitra. So moon transiting through Chitra means that all activities related to beauty, art, health, starting a health regime, beauty regime, beautifying yourself, impressing others, charming others, some kind of a performance, some kind of creativity, starting a new art project, starting a new creative project, writing a book, maybe designing your home, redoing your home, building something, creating something, studying something, learning something. All these are favorable activities. What is not favorable is marriage, because there's an illusion in this nakshatra. There is an illusion, a maya, that I've already discussed in the first video. So there could be an illusion, an amount of illusion in that marriage. There could be things that are shown in a certain way and that are really not that way. So marriage is not considered good in this nakshatra. Deep investigation, because this nakshatra is not so much about investigation, it's more about creating and beautifying. So it's not about going too deep. It's about, of course, in order to create, you got to do some deep research, but it's more about the surface, more about pleasing to the eye, being pleasing to the senses. That is what this nakshatra is about. And the third thing that is not good in this nakshatra is any kind of conflict, but because this is all about charm and beauty and attraction and impressing others and elegance and picture perfect. So conflict, this nakshatra is definitely not about. Now let's talk about the favorable careers related to this nakshatra. So anything related to your speech, because these people can be great speakers, so you could be a great orator, you could be a teacher, you could be a radio jockey, reporting the news, actors, celebrities, acting. Mercury is all about acting. Healers, especially if your moon is in Virgo, because moon Mercury combinations are for healing, and especially in the second pada, because second pada is a Virgotama pada. So in Navamsh too, you have moon in Virgo, and if it is in one of the trinal houses, or if it is in trines to the Atma Karak, even then this could be related to healing. So doctors, nurses, healers, beauticians, beauty parlors, designers, architects, clothes designers, surgeons, plastic surgeons, somebody who's dealing with herbs, Ayurvedic doctors, PR people, public relation officers, those who are dealing with marriages, event management, you know, event management of weddings, wedding planners, marriage bureaus, especially the the third and the fourth pada, the third pada especially, because it's all about relationships, harmony, beautifying things. So event managers, wedding planners, or marriage bureaus, and somebody who deals with gems, jewelry, jewelers, and somebody working in the armed forces, army, police. This is because it's ruled by Mars. So those are the main professions that you will see in this nakshatra. So I think I've covered everything in this video, and I suggest you watch the first one. If you haven't watched that, you get a fair idea of what this nakshatra is about. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.